at the corner of Potomac and Maple Avenue. We've got the location where the mother and daughter, aka Sue and Ingrid, are interviewed about the Blair Witch right there. In just a moment's time, Sue and Ingrid themselves today will be meeting us right there to talk about how they were casted, why they picked that location, what happened on that day, how much was cut out, and just overall, what was their experience being part of the movie.
Creepiest story about her that I ever heard was that two men were out hunting, and they were camped near the cabin or something that she's supposed to haunt, and they disappeared off the face of the earth.
Really?
Okay, it's all right, Ingrid. I'm just telling a scary story, but it's not true.
It's not true.
Hey guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
Hello.
Which one's William?
That's me.
Very nice to meet you.
You as well.
Hey, good to meet you.
You as
Baby Ingrid from the film.
I'm Adam.
So
Hi, Adam. Good to meet you.
Ingrid, nice to meet you.
Love your
We're
shirt.
both vaccinated, so
So am I.
made these for us.
yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you guys. This is the baby.
That is the baby. Wow.
Okay, she's aged, still alive.
Getting
but,
married.
I can't tell though. I mean, I can't tell.
Listen to you.
You get the same glasses and everything.
You do. You look exactly the same.
Oh, I wish that were true, but thank you, sweetie. Listen, let's stand exactly where we were, babe.
Yeah.
So we don't live here in Brunswick. We live a relative distance.
Okay.
But here's where we were standing, right here. Cool. And if you watch, you can see these stairs.
Oh yeah, we've got it all.
We matched it up.
And this was the diner. It was called back in the day the Silver Rail Diner. And you know the guy who's interviewed, the youngish guy? He was with us when we did the Blair Witch 20th anniversary thing. I can't think of
Where
his name
was
now.
that?
Right across the street.
That's the one location we don't have.
yeah,
right
yeah.
here, where those people are reading that sign. This was just being built when it was. So he was standing over there. That's where that was filmed.
So that house-looking thing that's behind him is not.
That I don't think was there back then.
Okay. Okay.
Did I
Well,
give
then,
good directions, by the way, when I said Potomac and Maple? You
That's
found it?
perfect.
yeah.
I had all the directions anyway, but I was like, I wasn't
I
sure.
can't believe you guys came all the way down from Maine.
Yeah. Well, he's from
far is it?
Texas.
I'm in Texas. You know, he's a huge fan of Blair Witch, and I'm also a fan of Blair Witch. But
You guys don't look old enough to have seen it when it first came out.
I was
When did you
17.
discover the film?
I was 16, I think, but I didn't watch it until probably I was an adult, maybe. But
Have you ever seen the uncut version?
no, I'd love
We've
to.
got about 6 scenes. They cut 3 of them, I think.
All right, let me get. I want to get this because we asked this question. Like, we
Yeah, and I'm recording now. If that's okay. I mean, like, because we're gonna put together like a.
We're so used to this.
Yeah, I'm sure you
I'm
are.
sure you are.
I'm
guys
sure you are.
Celebrities.
That's so crazy
We
that
love-
like.
and we love to meet. You know, the hard thing for us in the beginning was getting used to the people just being so enthralled. We're just normal people, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Wow, you know,
Of course.
it's wow, your mom, and you sound just like her in the movie, and
I think you'll have like 4 minutes, if
it's
that.
much longer than that in the.
But in the cut that we-
director's cut, yeah.
Is there a way to see that?
I almost brought it with me. I'm not allowed to show it because it's.
Yeah, it never got publicly released, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, so you don't want to run that risk.
I know, and Eduardo gave it to me. Because there's scenes of my dad in there, who's now passed away, because he was with us. As a matter of fact, he was standing right next to me over here, but he's not in the
really?
movie.
Okay.
And I thought that was really kind of him to do, and I you know, because they sold the film to who, Miramax or something.
Yeah.
All of that. There's licensure and stuff, so I'm not really allowed to.
Yeah.
But I almost brought it with me, and I almost PM'd you to say, do you have a laptop? The biggest scene that they cut out that I wish they hadn't is after I put Ingrid down. You know, I thanked Heather, or she thanked me, or whatever, and she went skipping across the street over there. And I put her down, and I took her hand, and we started walking down that way, because I had come up on the train. And we were walking down through here, and she was fine and happy and skippy. And Heather's filming us walking away, and she says, look at that. As soon as the mother stops talking about the Blair Witch, the child is calm now.
I think that's on YouTube somewhere.
I think it's on YouTube, that particular scene. It's a great scene because it really works, and I'm walking down this right here because
Yeah.
maybe you can find that on YouTube. I'll see if I can find it and send it
that
up
would
to
be
you. It's a
awesome.
really cool scene. I think that's the big scene that's cut out.
So you made all of that stuff up on the spot.
Yep. Did I
So-
tell you that already?
Yeah, well, I don't know if you did or if I heard it somewhere along the line, but did they? So they just kind of gave you what they do? Tell you lore?
Here's how this works. It's
Yeah, I like to-
unfortunately the truth isn't as fun as something I should tell you.
We love it, the truth.
But
Yes.
the truth is the
Yes.
truth. It was my dad's birthday, October 23rd, 1997. And he loves Brunswick and he loves trains, so we came up on the train from where we live to go to Silver Road Diner, which later became Mommer's, which is why I accidentally almost said Mommer's. And we had lunch and all this. And so Heather and Josh and Mike, and I've got film footage of Josh and Mike and my dad sitting in the back of the
Wow.
diner talking.
So cool.
They were trying to film, and they were asking people in the diner if they would be willing to be filmed, and what do they know about the Blair Witch, and people are like, what are you talking about? I don't know. No, I don't want to be filmed. Nobody would help them.
Do you mind if we move to the spot while you talk?
Sure, where do you want to be?
Like right where this happened? Yeah.
Is this really right here?
This is it, right?
Right here, exactly. Right
Because you
here.
can see the door.
The door?
The baby was actually right.
I was holding her right here.
Yes.
Squeeze in a little.
Put your hand on my mouth. Oh, baby, it's okay. It's okay, Ingrid. It's
And you
okay.
actually said Ingrid. We just caught that.
Just
Why
picked
I,
up
that's
on
why
we
I
just
said-
caught that
why
like
I
a day
said
ago.
Ingrid in the film.
Do you guys want to hear a fun side note? Actually,
Sure.
I have to brag. So I recently got. I really like corn.
I saw
Yes,
your video.
we saw that.
Okay, yeah. So I told them, hey, I'm the baby. 'cause
They're taking pictures
My
of you.
fiance's like, you should tell them that. They'll probably think that's kind of cool. And
I
then
told
thought-
you. We all
and
told
so did
you.
you.
Let them know. It's not bragging. It's
And I was
cool.
like, okay, like a.
Because in the metal community, this movie is like huge.
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
They thought it was cool, and I was the whole time, right?
Doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, we came up on the train and we were in there, and nobody would talk to them and nobody would help them. So I'm a teacher, and I taught for Frederick County Public Schools at the time. And I felt bad for them because I was like, geez, these poor kids are doing this project for Montgomery College, which is a local community college. And nobody's helping them. And so the teacher and me, I went to her and I said, yeah, I'll help you. I'll be on camera. I'll help you. She goes, really? You'll let us film you? I said, yeah, sure. So I picked up Ingrid because she's like, Mom, and all this. She was not quite 3. She turned 3 that December. And that's when Heather said, she said to me, what do you know about the Blair Witch?
You've heard of the Blair Witch?
And I said, nothing. It's nothing. It's not a real thing. And she looked so crestfallen. And Josh was standing right behind her. I think he was filming. Oh, you?
Yeah, who was the
who was
the cameraman?
Josh or Mike was filming. I think it was Josh.
Okay.
And
They were both behind. I remember that. They were both behind.
You do remember that. That
Yeah,
was going to be
both
one of my
of them.
questions
Sure.
for you is how much do you actually remember?
Well, let's let her finish.
Let's her finish.
She was I think they were both standing behind, and I think Josh had the camera. So hey sweetie, we're filming. Can you go around? Thank you kindly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So she went like this, looked so crestfallen. And I felt so bad for her. And I said, you know what, don't worry about it. Just ask your questions, I'll make something up. She goes, really? I said, yeah, I'll make it up, don't worry. And I just literally made up everything on the spot. I mean, it was,
But how were you guys chosen to?
because I went over to her and said, it was complete coincidence. I mean,
Oh, so you weren't like an actor at the time,
no,
like
I've never
auditioned,
been
or
an actor. Never.
you just the right place at the right time?
Right place at the right
You're
time.
kidding me.
Thinking I was helping college kids with their project. Truly, that's
So
what
that
it
was just off the top. You didn't
Off the
even
top of my head.
like the directors didn't give you like any notes for what the lore was.
nothing.
Wow,
Isn't that funky?
So
so
She made
believable.
it, though, because what you're witnessing, may I say, what you're actually witnessing in her is a panic attack. Ingrid had some serious anxiety when she was a child, like neurochemical.
She was trying to get you to shut up.
She was really trying to
I
get
was
me.
totally
She was.
freaking out.
She grabbed your
did not
face.
want me to. Yeah, stop. No.
Which is
Did not
perfect.
Want me to? It worked.
Good job.
So I thought, and then I thought, okay,
Always
as she's doing this, I'm thinking, oh God, she's ruining the film for these kids.
yeah.
What can I do? What can I do? So I tried to work it in so that it would work. And that's when I said, I'm just telling a scary story. It's not true. And they're like, it's true.
Yeah, and
remember
it was so
That was
organic.
all off the
So
top of
was
my head.
that the first and only time you talked about the Blair Witch? Was right then?
Yeah,
in
because
the-
it doesn't. It's not. It's just
Right.
Just did that on the fly.
on the top of my head. I
So
swear.
did you? Was there not a crew behind? It was literally just like
Heather,
Josh, Mike, and
the only 3.
wow, and like the directors weren't there.
Nope. I never met Ed
So
Sanchez
interesting.
until years later.
Here comes that
Actually,
rain.
so they she thanked me and then filmed us walking down here and la-di-da. We go about our life, and 2 years later, the film comes out. And I get a call from a friend of mine in Texas who says, "Oh my God, you didn't tell me you were in the movies. You were in a movie? My God!"
A huge.
And I'm
movie.
like, I'm a child of the '70s, so I'm thinking, "Oh crap! What
what movie?
did somebody find?" I panicked for a second, and they said, "Yeah, I just saw you on Good Morning America." What? Then my phone started ringing like mad, and that's how I found out that it was a real film, and that I hadn't helped three college kids with their. It was a real film. That's how I found out the truth.
So they really gave them cameras and said, "Go and get footage."
Yeah, they were like 8mm cameras. They were like really old, like 1980s kind of.
I was just thinking, like, the
Early
directors
90s.
were there for every scene, like making sure.
The directors were there for no scenes in any of the film. None of it.
That's what I.
They left
understood.
little.
That's what you didn't understand. I didn't know that.
Yep, no. They left little
Wow.
notes for everybody so they would know what.
So it wasn't like a casting call, and you're like, that was my other question, is like, why this location? But it's because you just
happen to
we
be
just
right
happened
here.
to be here, and I don't know why they were here because it's not Burkittsville. Burkittsville is 15 minutes
Yeah.
that way.
Exactly.
I have no idea why they were here. I guess they were just looking for different locations. And
right.
now, do you know where they filmed most of in the woods and stuff? Black Rock. Do you know where that
That's
is?
where we're going as soon as we
Okay,
leave
because
here.
that's like 2 minutes from my house. So if you want to
Oh,
follow us,
really?
we can show you where it is.
Okay.
Really?
If you want, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a much easier way to get there than
I mean, what that would make so
Black
great
Rock
for
is
our.
neat because that's where the fisherman Ed Swanson.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I should call him.
He tried to contact
Ed
Ed.
Swanson, you couldn't get him.
Well, I just did a little message in the group and was hoping he would see it and say
His,
something, but I didn't want to bother.
Somebody in his family, I think, recently passed. So
Yeah, that would be.
I'll see if I can find him, and maybe
The weather.
he can meet us there. I don't know what he's got on his plate. I can't find him. He's in my phone somewhere. But I did bring you a present.
Did you?
I don't know if you know this, but they have these cards.
Oh, trading cards.
Yeah, sort of. And this is Ingrid's and mine.
Oh, yes.
And these are really hard to get, and explains. This is my dialogue, or part of it anyway. And here we are. And I brought this for you guys.
awesome.
Oh, we
That's
appreciate
again.
it. Thank you so much.
That's the only one I have. Ed Swanson or Ed Sanchez
Oh,
gave
you're
that
the
to me,
best.
so it's kind of a special deal. I mean, So I hope you have a fun thing
Oh
we gave
my
you.
God!
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. That's awesome.
We never thought we would meet anyone that was
No.
in the movie.
No,
This all happened within a few days,
I actually haven't even been in that group very long, and then I was like, I thought about it, and I was like, maybe I should just ask in the group if there are any local people.
Yeah, you broke my heart. That's why I said, you know what? I live in Maryland. That's why I answered you.
Man, I can't even tell you how much this means to me. This is huge.
We're so
We
glad.
went to film school because
Your thing, and I was like, oh, that sounds like me when I was talking to Corey.
Yeah,
I can completely relate. Like,
This,
Blair Witch
this movie
Project.
is the reason
Oh,
I
you
went to
go to
film
film school,
he did.
I did. I went for 2 years and studied film, and I made my own rip-off version of this movie.
What you might want to do in October is definitely, if you can afford it and you have the time or whatever,
Come back.
do the Blair Witch Experience.
Yeah.
Because Matt Blasey takes everybody to every site,
Yeah.
and you'll get to meet a lot of the people who were involved in the film
Yeah.
that way. Ingrid and I come every year to do this, we meet.
yeah.
He's a great, great guy. He
Yeah.
wrote the book, 8 Days in the
I
Woods.
just bought
you
his
just
book.
got it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, he mailed it to me with some pieces of the house from which I was.
The original house?
Yeah, super stoked about that.
Have you
Did
read
y'all
the
get to
book
see
yet?
that?
'Cause you
No,
find out
I
all about
literally
the
got
hands
it.
and all the stuff.
I skimmed through and I saw some pictures, but I literally got it the day before we left.
So there's a bunch of pictures of us and our whole story and how we.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's just I love to say to people, you don't understand what you're seeing in the baby is an actual anxiety and panic attack.
Yeah.
Did she calm down like shortly after?
As soon as I put her down and we walked away, and I stopped talking to Heather.
You know what's funny? There's actually a rumor. I don't remember where I heard this. I told you about it. I heard a rumor somewhere along the lines that you guys weren't actually related and that it was somebody else's child, and to get that awkward sort of nervous look.
You wouldn't
They-
believe the stupid stories
I'm
I've
like-
heard of it.
Very alike. That's
She's my
strange.
baby girl, trust me.
Yes, you do. Yeah, I can.
my baby.
I can
Honestly, I didn't know
totally
that
see
you
it.
guys were because he told me the same thing. That it was like you were an actor and they just put a baby in your arms, and that's why she's freaking out because it's not her mom. And then I connect with her on Facebook, and then I'm like, oh wait, she's referring to her as mom. And like that's, I was like, really, I think they're really mom and daughter.
Yeah.
And that makes it so much better. And then when we rewatched, you actually say her name
On purpose.
And there's so many times that like I've watched it and it just went over my head that you actually said her name.
We watched a little bit of it last night in the hotel room, and that's when we noticed that you said Ingrid, and I was like, I thought for the longest time she said Angel just because she was a baby, you know. I didn't actually.
I purposely said Ingrid, and it was funny because when Heather said, "Do you believe in these stories?" Of course not, because I made everything up, and I didn't know what to say. So I said, "Well, I believe enough not to go up there."
Yeah.
And that seemed to work, didn't it? In the
Yes.
film? Yeah.
Perfect.
So as a filmmaker, Ed has said to me a couple of times, and as you're a filmmaker as well, he said, you can't script that kind of stuff. You know, it was all so natural, and it all just worked because it was so natural. Nobody can sort of act that well. I'm sure some actors can, but if I had to memorize lines and everything, I don't think it would have been as good.
Yeah, the locals interviews, all of them are pretty convincing.
I believe
Very organic.
the older man is an actor.
Yeah,
He's an actor.
Yep.
And the only non-actors are me and Ingrid and the guy who's over there. I can't think of his name.
Does he live around here?
Mark?
Yeah.
Mark. Yeah, he was on stage with us, wasn't he, at the Blair Witch thing? I have some pictures.
So that's over there then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get my camera. I'm sorry, I just don't want to get rained on.
No, you're fine.
Perfect weather because it's spooky.
I think I have some photos in here
it totally
from that
works.
day.
It does work. It's going to work for us when we go into the woods, too.
Just don't get lost.
All right. How much do you actually remember though?
Yeah.
I mean, you're 2, almost going on 3.
Yeah, I remember it though. I mean, I'm sure I have some memories that it's been told to me. So
Right, the stories.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I do remember like waking out. I mean, I remember them being there and stuff, and me being like
Scared.
Yeah.
like, why aren't you listening to me? Freaking. That I recall. I remember that sweater that I was wearing. Random things.
Yeah.
Teeny memories
For sure.
too. That's when they start to stay. Memories start to stay at about age 3. So bits and pieces.
And when did you actually remember seeing the film entirely all the way through?
Yeah. So she took me to the movie theater. I think it was on Kevin's actually. Or maybe it was Rio. I don't know.
But she was old enough because I knew it would scare her.
Well, I'm
looking for a photo.
Sure.
Well, what she did was be like, okay, we're gonna go see our scene. Like, let's go. Because I was, I guess, 5 at the time. And then she's like, okay, we're gonna leave now because like the rest is really scary. So let's head out. And then somebody was there. I guess it was the owner of the movie theater. She was like, oh my god, how'd you like it? It's so cool. Like fangirling. So I remember that. I didn't watch it in its entirety actually until the 20th anniversary thing at the Weinberg down in Frederick. That's when I got to actually see it through the first time. So
Okay.
It was never really like.
Just never something that you really got into until.
Yeah, it just didn't happen. Random stuff. Getting
Gotcha.
to school, being a kid.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. So that's when I saw it through for the first time.
Cool. Yeah, I was wondering what happened to Mike as an actor. I didn't really follow him.
Well, he became a teacher. He's a teacher in New Jersey, I think.
Yeah.
And I think he's done a couple of other films.
He has, yeah.
So this is a pretty cool photo from that night, if you can see. Our friend Chris took that. So that's me, obviously, and Sue Starf, and then there's Mark, and in the back is Ed, the fisherman, who totally looks the same.
Yeah, he looks the same.
He looks 100% exactly.
And who's this on the right?
Oh.
That's Mark Mason, the one we were talking about being over there.
Oh, that's the younger guy that was.
Yeah.
He's older now. Here he is, Ed Swanson. Let me see if I can call him. I'm calling Ed Swanson the fisherman right now.
Okay, great.
Oh, man.
See if he's around. It'd be cool if you could meet him.
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, handsome, how you doing? Pretty good. Listen, I am up in Brunswick, standing in front of the old Silver Rail Diner because 2 gentlemen, one from Texas and one from Maine, are monster Blair Witch fans, and they were hoping to meet people from the film who still live in Maryland. So we're up here in Brunswick. I'm getting ready to have them follow me back down to Black Rock so they can see where you did the fishing scene. Any chance you can break away for a few minutes this afternoon? Let you know? Okay, I'll give you a heads up when we're, let's see, you are probably only 10 minutes from there? If that. Okay, so I'll give you a call when we're coming down 28. How's that sound? Okay, thanks, Ed. See you in a little bit. Bye, honey. There you go. You're going to get to meet the fisherman from the film. Deal?
Yes,
That work for
that
you
is a
guys?
deal. Wow.
Do you want to get going down that way? Do you have any other questions or anything?
I'm gonna cut that. Let's if you don't mind, can we just take some pictures?
You guys right here.
For sure. Well, Ed Sanchez was talking about how there was just enough internet to spread it, but not so much that you can fact check really easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks it's kind of
Right, yeah, that was like.
That's why it works so much.
And he's super tall. Have you ever seen him?
He is tall. I can tell just.
pictures, you can tell
I can
it's
tell by
really
pictures. He's
And
dude's
if you look at an
tall.
old vid of him when the film first came out. He has this tons of black hair. And
He's great.
he's a really sweet, sweet guy.
And he has a place in Maryland, right?
He lives near us.
Frederick?
Yeah.
Do you live in Frederick?
We live in Montgomery County, next county down. Unfortunately.
Expensive.
It's expensive.
Is it?
It's expensive.
It must be all the royalties you got from.
Oh, tons. As a matter of fact, true story, when Heather handed me the release, I remember thinking, oh, how cute is this? Because it was typewritten. No, I mean, like, who types? Even then, who typed? You
Yeah.
know, on a typewriter. And it had been photocopied a bunch of times, so it was really faded. And I thought, oh, this is so cute. They're just students, and they think this is, you know, they're doing this.
Logical.
And of course, it was a real release, permission to use our the film. So
Yeah.
that was kind of interesting.
It's so cool.
Yeah, and if you're watching this, we'd like some kickback royalties if you don't.
Right? Hear that?
I hear it. I hear it.
Okay, Ingrid, let's roll.
All right.
Okay, you want to drive?
Do you go by William or Bill or
Most people call me Billy, but
Billy?
I get called
Okay,
a lot of
is that what you
things.
want to be called?
Billy's, yeah.
Billy? Okay. Cool.
All right, we'll follow you.